Alright, yeah, guys and girls, welcome back. Before I get into this video, I do want to say, right, as the title says, it's a BBC article. It's actually done by the BBC. It's an article they posted down on 15th of January 2020. The title of the actual video, it says Birmingham car ban. How would the scheme work? Now, there's been a few articles at the moment that Birmingham wants to basically get rid of the cars and all that out of the city, basically. Stop drivers driving through the city and all that kind of stuff. Like, I suppose that means the ones that's not living in the city or something, like, or in Birmingham or something. The ones that go to work there but don't actually live there, I suppose, in a way. But if you think about Weston Supermare, a resort on the A370, I believe. Don't get me wrong if it is the if it's A370. I think it is A370 anyway. There is a lot of cars that do come out from outside of Weston, from Bristol or from other towns, and they work in Weston. And they, to be honest, they're actually using a lot of carbon emissions in the cars, and I think they should be banned from driving through Weston-super-Mare, through the A370, and just try and help get rid of this carbon emissions. Make them like use a bicycle or electric cars. Let's get the electric cars done now, not in 2031 like the Birmingham wants to actually do. Right, so I'm reading at the moment. A plan actually on the A38. It says the A38 could be rerouted to an upgraded ring road. So Birmingham wants to do basically an A38 upgraded ring road. Now, a plan to ban car drivers from taking trips across Birmingham city centre has raised questions about taxes, commuting electric vehicles, emergencies. So how would it actually work? Now let's get into this. Actually, let's have a look, see what the article says. It's by the BBC because they do a lot of stuff like the propaganda stuff, or some of the stuff that not even propaganda, but some of the stuff they kind of get out there as well. Now, this kind of actually got my interest. I wouldn't say this is propaganda anyway, but it'd be good to actually see what their article says on this one. Right, what's this? What is the plan? Birmingham City Council wants to cut air pollution by allowing cars to travel into the city, but not through it. And how are they going to do it? They're going to travel into the city, but not through it. That's kind of a bit sort of like, so you're going to travel through it, or you're going to actually ride through it, or whatever. So it wants to, by allowing cars to travel into the city, but not through it. Well, the thing is, you cannot go into the city without going through it in the first place. You need to go into the city with a car, or whatever, unless they've got some other plan going on where they can suck out all the pollution. Our story, which outlined Birmingham Transport Plan 2031. So there's a transport plan for 2031. So we're in 2020. So that's 11 years from now. So 11 years from now. Right, I'm back, guys and girls. Anyway, so where was I? So apparently they're doing a plan for Birmingham's transport plan for 2031, and I think that is way too long. I think they should be doing the plan right now. Actually, I think they should be doing it right now, not the plan in the next 11 years. They should be doing it right now, because this is a crisis that we are in at the moment. Now, right, on the A370, or just coming in from Weston onto the motorway, onto the A370, the motorway itself, just across where Sainsbury's is. Now, I've showed you a few videos, guys and girls, before, where the cars come in and out a lot. There's so many cars during the day, which is polluting the air. Now, if there was a way, right, Weston is only a small town. It's not a very large town. It's actually very small. And if I can find the article for Weston. Right. Weston's population for Weston-super-Mare of nearly 80,000. So Weston-super-Mare is a town Somerset on the Bristol Channel with a population of nearly 80,000. Now, this was done a while back, but from 2000, let's have a look. Here we go, right. From the census of 2001, the population of Weston-super-Mare is 76,143. This makes it the largest settlement in North Somerset, which has a total of population of 188,000 people. 88,564. 188,500,000. So 188,564 people. That's 20.1% of the town's population, and are aged. So the 20% of the people all around in the town's population is aged between 65 or over, compared with the national average of 16.5%. But that was done in 2001. There's going to be a hell of a lot more. That's probably doubled by now. So you're probably looking at to like 200,000, 300,000 people in Weston, near enough. And now there was some talks that where the train station is in Weston-super-Mare, there's like a bit of land area there. They were going to make some more council flats or whatever flats, I think I heard a while back. Now, when we got more people coming in and out, we got more cars coming through Weston-super-Mare and all of that in Somerset, and it's just going to sort of get the pollution even worse. Then at some point, we are just going to kill off the vegetation as well, because all the vegetation of Weston, all the hills, all the green grass and all the sort of hills over there and all that to do with the farms and that basically all the land's just going to get taken up for sort of people coming in, buying houses or something, because they said they're running out of houses in Weston-super-Mare. I've heard as well. There's actually talks that Weston-super-Mare's running out of houses, housing crisis in Weston at the moment. So also we've got to try and contend with actually digging up land, creating more houses, which means then once we create there's more houses, obviously there could be more money coming in, but then that means people will be coming in with their cars more often. So there'll be more cars. I want to say a big sort of an awesome thank you to all the people who actually do cycle in Weston-super-Mare, because that does help a lot. I've seen lots of people coming on these sort of electric bicycles, and yeah, you guys and girls are all legends in that way, because I've seen, actually I saw this family a couple of weeks going back, cycling all the way up and down and stuff, going to the shops, and they cycle everywhere. So just a big thank you to them as well, because you guys and girls all rock, the ones that go around cycling or got electric cars. I don't think I've seen many people, or hardly anyone in Weston with electric cars at the moment. But it'd be good if they could actually get electric cars. And I mean electric cars. But yeah, I was looking at the Birmingham and stuff. Apparently there's 1.86 billion people in Birmingham. That's from 2011. So 9 years. Actually, 9 years now. So that was 9 years going back, because that was 2011. So that's probably doubled, maybe doubled. Manchester, London's got 8.9 million. So 8.9 million people population in there. Liverpool, I think they might have more than 8.9 million. They're probably just going on calculations from the last time. It's, I'm sure it's just a sovereign state, United Kingdom. Weather at the moment is like 7C over there, actually, in Birmingham. What's this? A city status. So Birmingham was actually stated on 14th of January 1889. That's when it was founded. That is when it was actually founded, in 1889. Now, 2020, now we're in the 20s now, guys and girls. So we really need to do something about it. And we all need to turn vegan. I mean, there's a lot of people at the moment is actually on the back of the vegan bandwagon. No shitting you guys and girls at all. No shitting you. But more and more people are starting actually to dither away from the meats, right? Because of this thing going on as well at the moment with the Cronus virus, or whatever it is, Cronus, Chromus, or whatever they call it. Coronavirus. Yeah, coronavirus. But I'll do that one on another video for you guys and girls, talks on that, because I want to actually start talking about the coronavirus. But let's have a look at this. What's this one here? So the plan is for Birmingham, they are doing a reroute. They want to reroute the area around so they can actually basically so what's this? Allow cars to travel into. So that one. So what's this? Birmingham City Council wants to cut air pollution by allowing cars to travel into the city but not through it. Under the proposal, drivers entering the centre would have to go back out to the ring road to then get to the other areas. Our story, which outlined the Birmingham transport plan in 2031, prompted hundreds of readers to get in touch to ask how the changes would impact on the specific drivers and circumstances. Well, to be honest, ban the cars. That's what I want. I want them to ban all petrol and diesel cars, because the government lied to us when they said carbon fumes were fantastic. It was the best thing they could ever do, right? And to be honest, this should be down to the government. This shouldn't be down to you guys and girls who are driving the cars. I think you should be getting sort of compensation out of that, guys and girls, from the government, because they're the ones actually screwed you lot over and actually lied to you by saying all these carbon fumes from your cars and stuff were fantastic. They were good. They were the best thing. Then they decided to do a U-turn on you and say, oh, well, actually, well, we did plan ahead, and we did say that these carbon fumes were all right, and all the carbon emissions and all that in the cars were fantastic, and it was a lot much safer. But then they lied to you, and then they came forward afterwards, and then they said afterwards, oh, actually, we were kind of wrong and stuff, like, to say this because of what we did to everybody, saying all the cars and all that. So they've kind of lied to everybody from the very start, and I think there should be compensation for you guys and girls out there. Like, people should be like saying, look, right, we want compensation. We're giving our petrol and our petrol cars up and diesel cars up. As long as we get the same amount of money we pay for those cars, so we can put the money towards electric cars, or maybe bicycles, electric bicycles, to get around with a long range on it of a couple hundred miles or a couple thousand miles without the battery dying out. Try and get Tesla to come up with some fantastic Tesla mountain bikes with like electric bicycles. I mean, I suppose they could do it with a long lasting battery, which could go up to like 500, 600 miles on it without the battery dying out. I mean, with the Tesla at the moment, they're coming up with that Cybertruck. That looks amazing, guys and girls. Amazing. I like the Cybertruck myself, actually. If I had the money, or if I was rich and all that, I'd probably buy a Tesla Cybertruck as well. Nice orange and black version of it, because it looks amazing. Even though they've actually done something with the windscreens or the windows. When they threw it, they thought it was like sort of smash proof, but when they tried it, the actual ball went through the screen and smashed the window. But the thing is, they said they tried it so many times. Now, if you hit like something with the window screen, and you hit it so many times, it's going to weaken that window so much. So that's probably why it smashed in the first place. Let's get Tesla in in the UK to come up with some cars and all that, some Tesla cars, and try and ban Weston-super-Mare having cars coming through the A370, because that would stop them. I think, to be honest, John Penrose should say, look, we need to stop driving cars. Actually, I don't know if he drives cars. I suppose he would, because he's got to get around and stuff, unless he uses trains to get around everywhere, like in first class or something. But I think if they do it sort of, I should get trams, maybe get a train, nice clean electric train to go through from town to town to get to work. Do trains even cheaper as well. They should do cheaper train fares as well. That'll make people say that we don't want to go in our cars. We want to go around with an alternative way of actually saving the planet. But yeah, I'm all for getting rid of cars and buses off the road, as long as we can get some electric trains through, make it cheaper for people to actually put their money towards it, rather than, well, get rid of all the cars at the end of the day, get rid of all the cars, and then we can start from there for Weston-super-Mare. I think Weston, because it's a small town, like I said, is a small town, and we need to try and stop this from happening. We need to stop all these cars coming through. Do a protest or something, because they did it in London. They had a protest stopping all cars coming through. This goes to all the activists. They should come to Weston. It's a small town, which means the pollution of the cars is going to be even worse. And this is my passion at the moment. Get rid of the cars. Make people flipping walk to work or ride to work on bicycles and all of that. Or maybe get electric cars instead, guys and girls. Come on, use your initiative, use your brains. Right, so it says here, most of these details were not included in the plan, as it was a draft vision document subject to consultation. A council spokesperson said, here is how we got on with answering your questions. What does it mean for commuters? Right, commuters' car parking will be limited in areas like the city centre that are well served by public transport, according to the document. Buses, trams, trains will be the backbone of a new go-anywhere transport system, it said. Sprint bus services will deliver high-frequency services on main commuter routes with predictable journey times and dependable timetables. The plan stated there will be 7 routes, and 3 of them will be a place for Birmingham in 2022 Commonwealth Games. So 2022. So that is 2 years off, guys and girls. So they're already starting within the 2 years. So actually, kudos to Birmingham. The A34 Walsall to Birmingham, A45 Birmingham City Centre to Birmingham Airport, and Solihull and Sutton Coldfield to Birmingham via Langley SBL. What about taxis? Well, to be honest, I think they should be getting those taxis, the ones with electric cars. The only mention of taxis in the plan said those that meet emissions standards will also make a valuable contribution to the integrated transport system. What they should be doing is getting it down to 0% carbon in Birmingham. So policies to regulate the number and type of taxis and private hire vehicles. It will license from January 2020. So they're going to license it from 2020. So they're already starting this year in Birmingham. So god damn it, guys and girls. Looks like we're going to have a change slowly. But the thing is, I think it's still too slow. And I think it needs to speed up quite a bit. Because this is just going to be like the downfall of Great Britain and all that kind of stuff in the UK. I mean, come on. We're out of the EU, guys and girls. We need to start acting now before it's too late. 11 years, 9 years, that is way too long. 11 to 9 years, way too long to actually start doing anything when we should be doing it right now. These will start being installed this year in the city centre at Tilsley Energy Park and at a number of locations around the outer circle. So basically, it said it had funding for 197 charging points for electric and hybrid taxis and so they're going to get electric cars this year, guys and girls. So I'm just reading at the top bit. The council's website said it had funding. So they got funding, enough money. I don't know where they're getting the money from, but apparently the council's website is saying it. It had funding for 197 charging points for electric and hybrid taxis and private hire vehicles in about 80 locations. Do you know what they should do, guys and girls, as well? For Western, do exactly the same this year as well for Weston-super-Mare. If you guys and girls actually believe in Western as a resort, as one of the best places in Western to live, right, in Weston-super-Mare, do it now. Do it before it's too late, right? Act upon it now. The emissions, the carbon emissions and all this, like gases and all this kind of stuff, we need to act upon it now before it's too late. I mean, it's no point doing it in the next 10 years. You need to start now. But anyway, so what's this? What about electric cars? Okay, the plan said, irrespective of advancements in technology, single occupants private cars will never be able to match the capacity of mass public transport for getting people to where they want to go. On-street parking spaces would be prioritised for sustainable forms of transport, it said. The council plans to replace its 36 public electric car charging points with rapid chargers in more locations starting in early 2020. So, rapid. So there's these new sort of electric power points now, or chargers, where you can almost do it rapidly, really fast. So it'd probably take about 20 minutes just to charge your entire electric cars up, guys and girls, which is actually awesome in itself. Public electric cars charging points with rapid chargers in more locations starting in early 2020, according to its website. What about ambulances and people getting to hospital? Hospital trips or emergency service vehicles were not specifically mentioned. Wonder why? In the plan. However, as the plan prohibits only cross-city trips, patients would be able to drive to a hospital and leave again via the ring road. Patients would not be able to drive across the city to get to a hospital on the other side they would have to go around. What about drivers with disabilities? Any decisions over how the plan was rolled out would take into account the needs of motorists with disabilities, the plan said. The number of disabled parking bays in easily accessible locations would be protected wherever possible, according to the document. On-street parking spaces would be prioritised for people with disabilities, cyclists, car clubs, and other sustainable forms of transport. Mobile apps could make it easier, particularly for people with disabilities, to book and pay for transport with a single transaction, supporting journeys that combine several modes, it said. How can I give my thoughts on the plan? The draft plan is due to go to the Cabinet on 21st of January, guys and girls. If it is approved by councillors, it will go out to public consultations on 28th of January until 27th of March 2020. Now, then if the councillors decide to not go along with it, then that means then there's probably some corruption in the councillors themselves, and they probably don't want to help plan for a better future and more sustainable future, or much greener future. But if they do plan on going with it, guys and girls, kudos to them as well, to the councillors, and I hope they do make the right decision. But I would like to actually see Weston-super-Mare get these sort of charging points in Weston as well. Get a couple around Weston. I mean, I know it's like a village, But the thing is, say if you're... Actually, what you could do, you probably put 4 charging points or 5 charging points in Western rapid ones, right? Get 5 of them around Western. And that way, if you want to go to Bristol, they could actually have loads of them going to Bristol and going to various other different towns as well. We need to do something now. I mean, it's just basically we need to protect this planet before it's too late. Because I'm actually all about saving the planet. I don't know about you guys and girls, but if you agree with me, let me know in the comments below, guys and girls. Cheers for watching this long, probably boring episode, but thing is, it just gets everything out there. And it's not boring to actually say that you want to protect the planet and maybe go plant-based diet as well and go vegan, because it is 2020. We are actually in the 20s right now, and we need to change now. We need to start changing for the better, not for the worse, for the next generation of kids out there, or the next generation, generation after the next generation of children. We need to protect them as well. They're more important than us at the moment. Even if you don't think those the youngsters after us are more important, because they are. They are the future and all that. Children are the future. And what we need to do is we need to look out for them. And we also need to look out for ourselves as well. And try and make the whole planet a much, much better place than it is right now. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers for watching. Stay safe. And I'll see you on the next episode. For today, it is Saturday, the 8th of February, 2020 at the time of this video. On the day, and it's 12:19 in the afternoon, or not actually, the afternoon already. So stay safe all, and see you soon.